Man, hope y'all having a smooth Saturday, man. Top of the noon to you. Can't say top of the morning is noon right now, but just decided to crank a quick live, man. Discuss a lot of what's going on right now as far as a lot of these recalls, man. Currently, right now, there's a lot of recalls taking place. As you guys can see, the NBA right now is the main recall, but there's gonna be other recalls such as radio recalls, uh, label recalls. I'm talking about everybody got the recall going on right now, fool. And it's kind of like a cleanup of the system, man. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the NBA recall, but when I say it's like a cleanup of the system, bro, it's like there was a while back ago where there was a few councilmen, judges, pastors that were pretty much being kind of recalled in the sense of fraud, larceny, money laundering, scheming, all of that. But if you think about what's happening right now, bro, this has been happening for decades, centuries, bro. Decades, centuries, man. There's been a lot of like fraudulent acts, from radio hosts, radio owners, labels to NBA players. You know what I'm saying? And it must be a change of environment or something going on because all of these places are now being held accountable for faulty actions, faulty dealings. And when it comes to the NBA, bro, it's a little bit weird because personally, I feel like the NBA is a part of the gambling organization, bro. So it's kind of weird for a lot of these players to kind of be being penalized for being in the NBA, and the NBA is a part of Prize Picks, Stake, Rain Bet, all these online bet online, like Underdog. I've used some of these apps before, man, and they kind of have a partnership with a lot of these gambling companies. And what I've been noticing is that I don't know if they're trying to like eradicate the league in a sense. When I say eradicate the league, you got to think there's a lot of new players that are supposed to come into the NBA, and currently a lot of the older players have still been playing. A lot of them have not retired. So when I look at it from a perspective of guys being arrested for gambling, it doesn't really make sense because they are a part of an organization that has a hand in gambling. I'm sure a lot of these guys, bro, have been told to throw the game, bro. They've been literally told, like, yo, you better throw this game. The reason I say that is, bro, a lot of y'all remember Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, when he played for the Broncos. No, the Seahawks. When he played for the Seahawks, bro, they had that one play, bro, where Russell Westbrook was supposed to give Marshawn Lynch the ball. This man has been probably ran for over 300 yards. It's the last play for them to win the Super Bowl, and he throws an interception. That one play will always be vivid in my mind because, bro, if you talk about throwing a game, that was a prime example of throwing a NFL Super Bowl game. They lost the Super Bowl off of that. You know what I'm saying? So the whole gambling situation, bro, is more than just the NBA, bro. It's the NFL, it's the NBL, it's probably every other sport related to the US because from my perspective, the US and the gambling organization, they have a big partnership, bro. They're partners in this, bro. It's like they're both working together. They're working together with the Elko, what's up, man? Elcom Podcast, what's up? They're working together in the sense of, bro, they're partners. Like the NBA makes a commission off of players gambling, regular people gambling. You hear about people missing their parlays all the time, and it's like, yo, bro, why do you think people are missing their parlays? Because these NBA players are told to don't score this much point. Make sure you don't get this much rebounds. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't. they're all in on the same thing. So it's weird for them to turn around and penalize the same players that they are throwing. They're telling to throw the games, bro. It's just a little weird. That's why I look at it from a perspective of, man, they must be trying to, clean out the NBA. When I say clean out the NBA, it's like a lot of the players that are getting arrested are older players that's literally played in the league for like 10 plus years, bro. So they could be trying to get all these guys out the league and literally clean it up for the new college kids that's coming in, because the NBA is a part of the gambling organization. They promote gambling apps. They tell players to throw games. Like they probably pay players to throw games. Even forget the gambling organization. They pay players under the table, fool. There was an article with Kawhi Leonard. The article literally got wiped. When I say wiped, it was out there for a week, where the Sixers owner for no, the Clippers, because Kawhi played for the Clippers, the owner literally paid him like a bunch of money in like a faulty offshore account. So this is going on all levels, man. Um, I don't think a lot of the guys in the league are guilty, honestly, because how can you be a player where you're playing in the league and the league is making money off of you, people betting on you, but then you don't receive a percentage of that? Like, what? That's like pimping at its finest. Because they can come to, I'm telling you, bro, they're coming to certain players and they're telling them, look, you got to throw this game. You can't win. Bro, this shit happens in boxing, bro. Like there's been boxers who's thrown boxing matches all the time. This happens in boxing, baseball. Bro, if sports wasn't so rigged, it's like it wouldn't be excitement. They rigged this for excitement, bro. Like even March Madness, bro, is kind of rigged. A lot of this is rigged. And if things are rigged, why punish the players, bro? It's just it has to deal with a lot of money, man. It's all about money. Maybe some of these guys, they don't want these guys to have money to sustain life outside the NBA. When you look at Damon Jones, I think he's an older player. Terry Rozier is like Terry Rozier is still playing, but still it's like he's losing money, but not playing with the Miami Heat. Outside of that, what if Terry Rozier was making more money outside the NBA betting than he is getting paid? And that might be the main issue, bro, because a lot of guys are catching on. So what I look at the NBA is trying to do is trying to deter a lot of young players that might come in. And when I say young players that coming in, it's like they don't want these young players to have any perspective on intelligence. Like they don't want young players coming in with the mindset like, hey, oh, I could get paid 50 million from the Clippers, but outside of that, I could make side bets on myself to make 100 million. And that's the issue, bro, because it's a control thing. It's like, how can the league be making mad bread off of you hooping, but you can't make bread off of you hooping? That's nuts. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense, bro. And once a lot of the players caught on, they like, nah, we finna switch things around because this ain't gonna be like this. And bro, a lot of your favorite players was a part of this. LeBron James, I ain't trying to diss him, but a few people have brought his name up. A lot of people have brought his name up. Gilbert Arenas was a part of this. A lot of people are saying that Gilbert Arenas kind of threw everybody under the bus. Um, it's just a sad situation to see, bro, because these players haven't really done anything wrong. And when I say they haven't done anything wrong, it's like a double standard, catch 22, because a league, I'm telling you, bro, the league comes to these guys and they tell these guys, yo, you need to only score 21 points for it to win the spread, bro. That's why sometimes you'll be seeing in certain games a player's effort and energy will be different towards a certain part of the game. Or they might miss a free throw they make all the time, but it's like that's instructions from the league. So then the same league can't come around and be like, oh, hey, you're gambling. We don't like that you're gambling. What do you mean? They're telling these guys to do this. They're telling these guys to gamble. So the issue is like, okay, the problem is these guys can't go do it on their own. That's the main problem here. That's what I'm seeing. Like, if you go make side bets on your own, bro, we're locking you up. We're gonna lock you up for as long as we want to lock you up because you gambling. But it's like These are the same people coming to these same players telling them to throw games, don't score a certain amount of points. And it's gonna open up a lot, man. It's gonna show a lot of what's going on. It's gonna show a lot of what's going on. I personally don't know how far they're gonna let this story run. And when I say how far the story's gonna run, is the new season just started, so they probably don't want the story to kind of interrupt. You said a small act of kindness. You remember? I don't know what that is. That is a Q and A, but yeah, man. What they're gonna do, bro, is they're gonna penalize everyone that's been a part of the NBA to deter a lot of the young guys coming in from college to not even partake in this activity. Because the main goal is the NBA doesn't want guys making money on with betting on themselves outside of the league, bro. They want to be the only one to make the bets on the guys. They want to be the only ones to tell the guys to throw the games. They want to be the only one to tell people to play parlays, to stake. Because bro, all of your favorite players are involved in this, from the King to Curry to, like, everyone is involved in this, man. Everyone's involved in this, and people are like clowning Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups. Bro, these are guys that played in the NBA like 20 plus years. Imagine these guys having more money than what they made in the NBA after the fact. That's the main issue, bro. Because why would you go after Chauncey Billups, who's not even in the NBA? Because he's making money. And when you look at a lot of NBA players, I'm not saying all of them, unless they have business ventures, businesses after the NBA, bro, they're broke. They're seriously broke, fam. And when I say they're broke, it's like the amount of what they spend on their lifestyle, bro, is an insane amount, bro. So a lot of these guys, after playing basketball, they can't keep up with these bills. There was a guy explaining it the other day. He said that, like, let's say Shaq's average spending is 500,000. You know what I mean? Shaq quit the NBA, but if you see Shaq had to go become an analyst because his monthly bills are 500,000. So it's no way that he cannot afford to pay that. If he doesn't pay that, he's gonna be homeless. That's the main issue. Like, a lot of these NBA players, bro, after the NBA, they have lavish lifestyle. They're no longer in the NBA, so they have to make enough money to provide for that lifestyle, bro. And you're not gonna be making that much money going from an NBA player to just a regular normal person. You feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna be making money like that, bro. You gonna have to supplement that income. You gotta substitute getting 500,000, 300,000, however amount you used to get, because now you're no longer a basketball player. So if you don't have other means of generating that money, bro, you're gonna go broke. Now, when you look at a lot of NBA players, bro, a lot of them have went broke, because this is the facts. Going from making 300,000 to not playing in the league, not getting $300,000 checks, how else do you replicate that money? So a lot of these guys, they understand that betting is a big organization, bro. Gambling is one of the biggest organizations in the world, bro. Gambling funds so many nonprofit organizations. You literally got to do your research on that, though. The gambling organization is literally as big as the government, gang. It says you. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm telling y'all that the gambling organization is as big as the United States government. The gambling organization not only, bro, provides funding for a lot of things, but they literally supply a lot of activities, bro. They supply a lot of activities, man. And I had the privilege of working for a gambling organization where I realized that they had a lot of hand in nonprofit organizations. A lot of nonprofit organizations that you guys see out there, they are receiving funding from gambling organizations, bro. The gambling organization is one of the biggest organizations out there. It's kind of undisclosed. Like, people don't really pay attention to it. You get what I'm saying? So this one organization is so massive that they generate so much amount. Like Like, think about them, bro. I worked at a gas station, so this is why I got this perspective, bro. You know how many lottery tickets we would sell a day? How many, bro? I would have people come in and buy like 30 scratch offs, bro. 30 scratch offs, some of them five, some of them 10. We looking at like 200. You know what I'm saying? And this person is buying 30 scratch offs because, yo, they want to get a piece of what's in the vault of the gambling organization. And when I say that, you got to use your inter mind perspective, right? Think about it. Somebody spends $200 on like 20 scratch offs just so they can probably win 100,000, right, or something. But then when you look at the gambling organization, the lottery, the Powerball, those guys must have a massive bank account. When I say they, they gotta have a massive bank account because who you know is giving away 800,000 without being affected. Who do you know? You don't know nobody giving away 800,000 without being affected. You don't know nobody giving away what is it? 5 million. Because this is what like the Powerball, the jackpot, all that stuff give away is big bread. So how is it possible that they have this much money put up? Because they've been doing this for years. They probably got, I don't know if a gazillion is a word, but they probably got over a gazillion dollars. They gotta have a gazillion dollars if they're able to give someone 400,000, $500,000 checks. So this has been like around as long as the government's been around, bro. From betting on horses. You know, personally, bro, I had a problem with gambling, bro. Me and my friend. I might have told you guys, but it's very addictive, bro. You know, there's an addiction that literally is tied to gambling to where once it gets a hold of you, it's hard to like break free from it because you always have this mindset that look, you can get into this safe somehow. When you gamble, you trying to get into the safe, man. That's all it is. When I say you trying to get into the safe, you know, like, look, it's some money with these people and I'm trying to get some. That's it. And the amount of money these people got is unlimited. You know what I'm saying? The gambling organization, they have an unlimited amount of funds, bro. Because they've been doing this for so long, fool. For a long time. That's why the Powerball, the jackpot, the Mega Millions, they're able to give away big amounts. If they hadn't been doing this for so long, they wouldn't have that money readily available to give away. There's no need to point fingers at the players. The issue is gambling. Gambling's the issue. You know how many people go to the casino and put up their last just thinking they're gonna win something? A lot. I was one of those people going to the casino putting up $100 max bet here, $100 max bet here. By the time I look up, that's $400 gone. Gone. Why? Because I want to get a piece of the money in the safe from these casinos, or you want to get a piece of the money in the safe from Prize Pick. And it's like, think about it. How much money did they got in the safe? It gotta be over gazillions. Gazillions. So when you look at the perspective, like, okay, the NBA has gazillions, the gambling organization has gazillions. You telling me that they're upset with players for wanting a little piece of that? That's insane. You know what I'm saying? That means they just want the ultimate control to have all the money. That's it. Because everywhere you look, bro, scratch off, Powerball, jackpot, scratch off. You feel me? It's on every corner. Even when you go to McDonald's, McDonald's had the little Monopoly run. I think they doing that right now. That's like a form of gambling. You know, trying to win a Monopoly. But I personally think, bro, all the NBA players were involved in this. All of them, from even Michael Jordan. You know, and I'm not here to name drop anyone. All of them was involved in this because the NBA is a big part of the gambling association, bro. It's a big part. You know, people are like, oh, these guys gambling. Who cares? The NBA gambles. The NBA uses these guys to gamble. Now, the issue is the NBA doesn't really want these guys to generate enough income to where they can sustain themselves after life in the NBA. I'm telling you, that's the main issue. But I don't support gambling. I ain't went to the casino in like Like 4 years. Honestly, like 4 years. Just cause I was losing a lot of money and income in the casino. It wasn't really, beneficial, bro. I used to go to the casino all day from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. with my friend. We both would be in there losing $300-$400 just to try to win 1 million. We gambling big money to try to win a million, and it's not really beneficial, bro. Gambling's never been beneficial, man. It's like you could lose everything gambling. And the urge to win is what's gonna bring you back, because that's why I came back. I don't like to lose. I would lose to a formidable opponent, but I'ma still think about the loss. Like, nah, you hurt. So what I notice about me when I'm going to the casino, it's like, yo, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win. And even if I don't win, it's the urge of not wanting to lose that brings you back. Because there's been time I took a certain amount. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to the ATM. Then I lose it all. Then it's like, all right, I'm gonna just go to the ATM and take out a little more. But all that deals with the urge of not wanting to lose. But the moment you do start gambling is when you lose right away. Because I'm telling you, bro, you could literally have a serious addiction from gambling. There's a lot of people that gamble and they're like maniacs. When I say maniacs, they're like obsessed. They're like literally on the edge all the time. They gotta literally, check their phones. They do rain bets, and I've been there, man. From shooting dice. When I was in middle school, we used to shoot dice, bro. We used to play craps, and I specifically remember, we used to play craps for like shoes, jerseys. I really be coming up off a drip at the school. I'm not gonna hold you. Striking them 7-11. What's that? Five? I'm gonna run this five back. Boom. That's kind of where I really got into like gambling, was in middle school, because I won a lot of clothes, shoes, money off of gambling, shooting dice. We used to shoot dice in the back because we had like theater, bro. So it was me and these two twins. These twins, they used to be fresh. Marcel and Marcelo. You feel me? They like, what's up, YS? You ready to get sprayed? That's what they call it. I'm like, man, what's up, man? What you putting up? No, I'm putting up, my shoes. They putting up jerseys, headbands. This is where it all started for me. So as I grew older, I got more addicted to gambling, because when you winning is good. When you're winning is good. In a situation where we talking about the league crackdown, bro, the NBA was winning for a long time, bro. When I say they was winning, they was telling LBJ, yo, throw that game. You're telling other players like, yo, throw this game. And they were winning. They were winning with Vegas, the gambling organization, and it was winning internally. Now the issue was when the players figured out the finesse, and they're figuring out ways to make more money, bro. You feel me? Like, let me give you an example like that. Let's say I play for the Lakers, right? And the Lakers GM told me, like, look, YS, we got you on prize pick. We only want you to put up 25 points a game, 3 rebounds, and that's it. So I say, all right, bet. So I've been doing that for like 4 or 5 years, and I come to a realization like, dang, they probably making mad bread off of me for me putting up those stats. Cool. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna find certain games where I put up certain specific stats, and I tell my friends and family to bet on that. That's the issue. That's when the NBA got an issue right there. It's like, nah, you can't do that, fool. You work for us. You can't make money outside of us. Cause I'm sure these guys are getting paid to throw games, fights, matches. They're getting paid, bro. There's a big check waiting for them. It's a few matches that I don't watch, boxing matches, that it just didn't make sense, bro. You know what I mean? And I felt like, oh, this must be a gambling play, a gambling move. Personally, gambling is not really a good thing. I feel like if you got the option to avoid gambling, you should, bro, because it drives you crazy. Drives you nuts, and it's gonna take literally everything you have if you like focus on gambling. And it's gonna take everything you have, man. I've seen people lose a lot from gambling, win some from gambling. And I'm telling you, I work for a nonprofit, man. So I've seen this, man. I remember I used to do this pull tab job. You heard? I had this dude named Scooter. You know what I mean? He was an OG, like an older gentleman, and he used to be at one of the bars I go to. So my job was to change out the machines, the pull tab machines, like switch out the games, put in a new game, take out the poster, stuff like that. So every time I went to this bar, bro, it'd be like 9 in the morning, bro. Scooter would literally be right there at the machine. So at first I never really talked to bro. I just let him rock out, do his thing, and then he'll let me rock out, do my thing, switch out the game. So one day I came in there, I'm like, "Yo, man, I see you here every day, man. What's going on?" He was like, "Man, I treat this like a job." I'm like, "You treat it like a job? What do you mean?" He's like, "Man, I got a certain amount that I gotta get here and put in. At the end of the day, I gotta be here before everyone." And he was just giving me the breakdown. And bro, I swear on my life, when I used to like flip through the winners, because there was cards the winners gotta fill out to receive their money. Bro, it would be Scooter, 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 Scooter. And that's because this this man was there early every morning at 9, like he was going to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, he was winning a lot though, because he was the only one winning like the prize within the game. Cause it's like you might have 20 wins. One might be 50, 70, 150, 200, so forth, so on. So, but he had to spend so much money just to get those wins. You feel what I mean? But he did it faithfully every day, bro. I would see him there every day at 9. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you here every day?" He like, "Yeah, man, I gotta get here first, man. And I gotta be the first one to play the machine because I don't want nobody else playing the machine." But imagine this level of commitment to gambling, bro. That is nuts. That's insane. That's like, it's gonna drive you crazy. And like I said, Scooter will literally buy out the whole he will buy out the whole game, bro. When I say buy out the whole game, I mean like when I look at the winners, Scooter, if there was like 16 winners, Scooter has already took 13. Because the car would say Scooter, 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 Scooter. So it really drives you crazy. Just from another person's perspective, you know, he used to sit there all day just to play this game. You know what I'm saying? And just to try to win money. And it's like he was really addicted to gambling, bro. And I've had forms of being addicted to gambling, but gambling is like, it's like a Hail Mary. It's like a Hail Mary play. Like, yo, I just want to hit 10K. Like, as I'm talking to you right now, I want 10K right now. But if I go take the risk to gamble to get 10K right now, it's like, nah, it's not gonna work. Cause gambling is like an instant form of gratification. Like when I used to go to the casino, I'm like, man, I'm trying to hit the jackpot every time. I'm not thinking of nothing but the jackpot. So going to the casino, losing my money, not hitting the jackpot, that's gonna mess with you, bro. That's gonna throw your mind off, gonna throw your brain off. And I just feel like, look, man, the league need to leave these guys alone, man. The league done made so much money off of these NBA players. They done made so much money with Vegas. They done made so much money asking these gentlemen to throw games to where it's like, okay, this come up with like a clause to where these guys are allowed to gamble, but there's specific parameters. You know what I mean? Because you can't be running a league. You placing bets on the players, but the players can't make money outside of that. It's kind of screwed up. It's like a catch 22. You know, if there's anyone that struggles with gambling, I'm gonna give you a suggestion, man. One of my friends that I used to go to the casino with was really addicted to gambling. So what he did was he would specifically call the casino and ban himself. When I say ban himself, it's like my boy would have him ban him for like a year. He'd ban himself from the casino for a year so he doesn't have to go there and gamble. And this was like the only option he felt like would help him because otherwise he would literally go to the casino all day. So if you are someone out there who does struggle from gambling, man, you gotta ban yourself from the casino. And they allow you to do that. They do self bans. One of the craziest things I ever seen was a guy passed out and the stretcher, a stretcher had to come get this man's food. And I was in wondering, like, yo, bro, did he hit 100,000 or he lost 100,000? He just laid out, sprawled out on the casino floor, by the machines, and the stretcher literally had to come get him. So it had me thinking, like, man, my man must have lost a house today or something, or he won the treasure at the end of the rainbow or something. You know what I mean? But just stay away from gambling, man. It's gonna ruin your life. It's gonna take a lot away from you. And if you are a good gambler, don't listen to me. There's people out there who they know what they're doing. They go to the casino, they hit every time. They get paid every time. So don't listen to me. But if you're somebody who struggles with gambling, all you gotta do is call up there and ban yourself for a certain amount of times. I think they do like 3 months, 2 months. So once you set that up, man, you won't have you won't have no issues. You know what I'm saying? You won't have no issues where you know you got to take chances when you could just work hard. It's like a easy way out, man. Everybody want to escape when they gamble. I mean, hit the 10K, you like woo. Hit 5K, you like oh snap. You know what I mean? Like, but then say you gotta try to do that every day. So that's really the main thing, man. You gotta do that every day, and doing that every day is like you gonna ruin your life, man. You gonna sacrifice a lot. You gonna beg a lot, and all that comes from you being addicted to gambling. And then when I look at your son, mess, so he's a skinny. Know what I'm saying? When I look at some of these guys, man, it's like a slim chance, a skinny chance that they gonna beat the NBA, man. It's just not looking like a good thing. I say that because it was the players with the Raptors that literally got slammed for this same scenario, and they made an example out of him. But now I feel like a lot of these older guys that they're going after is for them to make an example for the new class of athletes that's coming in, like the VJ Edcom, Cooper Flag. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, they want these guys to know, like, hey, y'all play around with us, we're gonna lock you up, NBA or not. Nah, in fact, they looking like, man, I ain't think these fools gonna come after us because we trying to make a little bread, but yes, they are, man. Slide in the NBA. You can even go in there and talk to those guys. Just don't look at them as your homie when it comes to betting. I'm out of here.